Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Pam Peeke, host of the Club 100 podcast. Welcome to our next episode, where we're going to be sharing all kinds of stories of adventure, transformation, amazing women and men who just kind of love to lift heavy things, mentally, physically, even spiritually. And in doing so, we want to be able to inspire as we perspire. And honestly, we're all about being real and authentic and raw about challenges, struggles, tough times, and triumphs as well. We're going to bring it all to you. So this is a shout out to everyone out there listening and watching who may want to become a member of Club 100. All you have to do is just tag 100 Club 100, have a little look at what's going on that entire channel on Twitter, and then put 100 around your name. And guess what? You're in. Let us know you've just joined and we'll give you a royal welcome. All right. Now, today's guest is ridiculously cool and someone I actually sought out and invited to become a member. And she is absolutely, positively crazy incredible. So her name is Aggie Gorzinska. Did I say that right, Aggie?
Well done. Well done.
Okay, listen, I'm trying. Okay. I mean, tell everybody your true first name. Say it.
True full name is Agnieszka Gorzinska. Is a Polish origin.
Okay, so I'm not going there. I'm just going with Aggie because you're going to make me crazy otherwise. So everyone out there, first of all, Aggie, so welcome to the podcast. This is something I've been looking forward to. And you're hailing from Manchester in England. And so we're really across the pond today as we're doing our gig. So one day I was trolling, and just sort of looking at these amazing videos from people who are really out there rocking and rolling with fitness and men and women. And then I stumbled across your feed and I fell off my chair because, are you kidding me? World, European, and British arm wrestling champion. What? What is that about? So I, quickly just said, you really need to be part of Club 100 because we could use British royalty, number one. And number two, my God, you've got street creds here in like the worst way. So Aggie, tell us how it all began. I mean, have you always been fit? Were you always interested in arm wrestling? How did all this happen?
Yes, sport was in my life all the time. Since being in the school, start from bodybuilding, kayaking, quite martial arts, quite few different fitness sites. And then there was a little bit of break. Well, obviously, it was just time for work, time for any other crazy lives, commitments. And eventually, coming to England for work, for life, I just started in a good working with a group of men, which that's what just help a little bit my journey with arm wrestling. We started arm wrestling for fun at work, and I've been just disappointed. Aggie, you have to start do this serious, and I did, and just
wait a minute. You
lifted.
started arm wrestling at work with a bunch of guys, and just because it was like something to do, and they encouraged you to actually like get into it.
Yeah, that's what happened. It was fun. Was fun, and for me started with sport career and an incredible time, incredible experience, and meeting so many people, and yeah, just only can be very grateful where we did it for fun, and it just become just who I am now. So
well, wait a minute now. So you went from hanging out with a bunch of guys at work doing this to becoming the world and European and British champion. So tell us about that journey. Was it wild? I mean, arm wrestling's a thing. And it's a big thing, apparently. So take us into that world. What's it like?
Yeah, just start slowly. Start slowly. Even now in UK, it's not many women involved with competition level. So on my level, I'm really struggling with find women to arm wrestle here. That's what my idea was. Just go internationally and just start approaching women from US, women from Russia, women from Sweden, all the best of the best. And eventually, after a few years, it's just creeping up slowly. The first British title, then it's third in the world, then Europeans round. Not always successful, but I make my way to good experience, good learning curve, which is very important to tackle my struggles, tackle my little weaknesses, and that is going on since I started. It's still going on. So it's even them titles didn't stop me to learn, didn't stop me to constantly improving myself, because it's needed, big time, it's needed.
How many years have you been actually professionally, as it were, arm wrestling? So when did you actually start doing this on a more competitive basis?
I started training literally this year in November will be 10 years. So I can mark 10 years anniversary of my first training, and year after, so it'll be like next year, I won first British title. And from that moment, I will start competing and entering internationally as well. So yeah, it's few years now where I'm carry on and still looking forward for next competition. So it's a passion. It's a really good passion.
I'm dying to know, like, which country has the most badass women for arm wrestling? I mean, don't tell me it's the Russians. Come on now. Come on. USA's got to have a few little bad girls here. What?
Oh yes, US, very good. I can say it's quite few good countries. Europeans quite settled with women arm wrestling. Swedish girls, Denmark, Brazil. If you come in about outside the Europe,
right.
and if you could count really some multi champions all around the globe. Great girls, strong girls, really challenging.
Somehow when I think of the Scandinavian countries, I think of a bunch of skinny blondes. I don't get the arm wrestling. Apparently, I got sucked into the vortex of stereotypes there. I just, whoa, sweet. Yeah. That's crazy. So, all right, I get that. Now, what I'm curious about is, how do you train for this? What is it like a typical training program to be able to, like, say, if I wanted to kind of get in there and start, scoping it out here, is there a certain body build? Is there, you know what I mean? Like, what do you have to have? I mean, like, when you're an ice skater, there's a body build. If you're 6'3", probably not the way to go. So each sport has its own thing. Power lifters, if you're closer to the ground, as it were, that helps. So what about arm wrestling? Is there a body build for a woman that is best for that?
Arm wrestling is very complex training. You don't have to be big. You don't have to be muscly. All competitions got weight classes, age classes, especially if you come into the European or world level. So it's the sport for everyone. You don't need to be massively built. You can be quite slim, but it's still the strength, technique is when you're training. So yeah, mainly you concentrate on the upper body, where the back needs to be strong, where the shoulders, arms, especially arms, are very complex, from the fingertips up to the biceps, triceps, forearms, wrist, everything is trained specifically for the table sessions. Table session are separately. It's like a sparring time with sparring partners in the club training, where we try get all the gym training, all the strength put on a table, and obviously then we start mastering the technique. Few different techniques known in arm wrestling, like a top roll, the hook, the press, So we all try mastering them techniques. Is really, really loads to learn, constant improving each technique, each weakness who's every individual arm wrestler's got. So that's the make the training very, very individual.
Okay, so can I ask a stupid question? I'm going to ask a lot of stupid questions because I don't know anything about arm wrestling. I'm just a simple doctor. So here's the gig. I get it with the table. Talk about leaving it all on the table. So you're on the table. Do you arm wrestle standing up too?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. So if you're arm wrestling standing up, you got the whole body involved.
Also, yeah, good to have the strong legs, good to have a strong abs. So the old abdominal exercises plus legs matters as well. But like I say, for me, I'm focused especially on the back strength, arm strength, and any other additional compound exercises. Legs, I'm feeling quite strong because I did lots of cycling, I did lots of football, so I'm not really that much pressure on it. But I do my abs exercises always involved with each training, which the core is important to get that good happy stability at the table. So
wow. Okay, so what I would love for you to do is take me through a typical day of your training. I want to know what you do. So you wake up in the morning. When do you tend to train? When does that occur? Morning?
All depends.
Huh?
All depends of them. I'm still working full time. I'm working in a health club as a manager, so it's a big responsibility. So I need wisely look on my training plan to put at least 3-4 trainings per week. Obviously depends of the whether I'm prepping for competition or it's just like a little bit off peak. I might have a little bit of rest. And my body I need the rest because if something start crunching, start getting a little bit pains and aches, then I'm saying that's it. We have in rest. Simple. No matter what, it needs to be rested. That's what I learn. And just if it's in the morning, yeah, good breakfast, hit the gym. If it's a gym, then obviously I hit the gym. What I can do is some exercises on the back, some exercising on the specific on the arms. Like I said, all 4 days are split between all different sections, all different elements. Then is a day where we could just go for sparring. And we just sparring for 2 hours. We just wrestle each other left, right, or center. No matter what, both arms still you're knackered, and we're going home. And next day you can't drive. So yeah, it's one of the things.
Can I ask you something about your nutrition? You know, powerlifters and bodybuilders and everybody else is all about protein. Do you do the protein thing too to maintain your muscle mass, or you pay a lot of attention to it?
Yes. I like loads of protein. I'm not crazy about carbs. Yes, we need them. We all need them. But I try really not putting too much protein as a base, and then the rest just follow. I feel good. I feel happy and strong when my muscles are filled up with good quality of protein. I like natural stuff. I like lots of cooking. Where I focus on that protein content, and it's just I could eat a fried chicken liver with spinach on my breakfast, and people saying I'm crazy, but this is make me happy, make me strong. I'm going to the gym, and I really feel like a beast. So
okay,
porridge,
you know,
not for me.
no, seriously, whatever works, right? And so that's what you do, which is fantastic. So I noticed that, you know, I'm a bit of a kettlebell queen, love my kettlebells. And I noticed you've got kettlebells as well. Do they figure into your training? I mean, has that always kind of been a thing with you?
I add in every other time kettlebells to my training. Like you say, it's all different ways, whether it's just the raising with the hammer curl, whether it's a little bit from side to side, do the pronation.
Shared with me.
It's all about this because you need that to pronate So you're working on pronation. So you just from one side to another side, you're building this pronation side from forearms up to the twist of your wrist. So yeah, I like lots of experiments with training. I don't stick a lot with the same plan. I just don't like certain exercise. Yes, that they you can't change them. They're just pull-ups, but I like my pull-ups that way. I think 20 other ways to do pull-ups, and then yeah, I feel accomplished. Don't like stick with plan longer than a week.
So I want to know this. This is just like so cool talking to an international champion in arm wrestling. It's like, ooh, I got so many questions. So what is the goal? You know, like what is the goal when you're doing arm wrestling? Is there like a goal to take down the other person's, like here they are? How are you doing this? How does this work? Are you like this? Or and is your goal to just use your hand and your forearm and to kind of curl it down? And how does that work?
Well, the main goal in arm wrestling is put the opponent arm on the pad. So I've got my pad here, opponent's got pads here. So whoever's going first to the pad is the winner. So obviously my goal is to get this as quick as possible without the less effort. So I've got more stamina for the next matches. Obviously, it's everything about just pull with the back. So it's like a back pressure, twist, bang. So it's everything in one movement. It's hard to beginning, yes. It's you could see that if the new beginners come into the club, they have to think is eventually this coming like one quick movement. But the beginning is people thinking what to do. So firstly, you just take the power. If you are top roller, meaning if you doing the movement on the top, then it's your idea to take your wrist, all power from your wrist down, and then obviously pull with the back. So you're losing this angle and eventually on the side to the pad. So it's all back, side pressure, wrist, top roll. It's quite one movement, but is from beginners, it might be take a time till we get all things together. Plus, remember, you need to think about the safety, which the arm needs to be always in front of you, never that way. Otherwise, your humerus will be snapped.
Wow. So I'm just like, whoa. And so this could be just seconds. The minute you hold on to this person, the key thing is like, you're out of here. And you've got that thing down. And does the hand have to, when you're doing it, does the back have to reach a certain angle before you've won?
Pat, it's little pads. We've got pads. If you see on a professional arm wrestling table, we've got pads. So the first pads are square, which you've got your own elbow. And from that elbow, and two oblong pads, which have to be pedal. Or it's just literally, if it's only like this, the rules saying, if it's just that much to the pad, obviously all different rules are around with the elbow pads. It's loads of different regulations, which you have to be so careful when you're competing, because it could be really lost with the only warnings, only your elbows foul is sometimes crazy, where you can lose without even fight because the regulations. So
how many competition? I mean, in one competition, let's just say you're showing up for the English or the international or European. How many times do you have to do this in one competition? Are you kind of like, okay, she passed it, sort of like Wimbledon. Okay, they got past the first one, and then they finally made it into the semis, and then there's the finals. Is that the way it works?
Yes. It's always the elimination process. One pin elimination on specific, just the normal, whether it's national competition, whether it's World Europeans, any other like just tournament with elimination. That's how they work. One pin elimination, you're going up or you're going back, and obviously you just heading eventually to the final. or different with super matches when you set up for best of 5 and you just heading for winning to best of 5. So that's slightly different. But if it is coming to the World Championships, it's the elimination first, and it all depends how many women is in your class. It could be just 1, could be 5, could be more. It all depends. So it could be long journey up to you on that podium with your medal, or could be knocked out with completely crazy when you knock out as well.
Okay, so it's exhausting. I mean, this must be, is this like an all-day affair, or how does this work? Take us through that, because I think a lot of people have seen powerlifting competitions and bodybuilding, but what happens with arm wrestling at the highest level, at the elite level?
It's the day split between weights, between age categories. So I can go back just to the European Championship in May when I recently won the European champion title, and that's, for example, because the Europeans are a bit smaller than the World Championships. Of course, it's less people participating. Was split between 2 days. So first day, you've got your left arm. Second day is the right arm. Between that, you've got few different tables on the stage, which each class is going. So you've got juniors, you've got masters, you've got disabled. Believe me or not, we've got disabled arm wrestlers in a community where I admire so much, because it's not only about struggle of the training, but struggle of own disability. So for me, just big well done for the all para arm wrestlers and any para sportsmen in the world. That's what I always try point to big time. The disability is no issue.
Wow.
So yeah,
that's extremely cool. Now you said right and left, so you've got to be, ambidextrous here. You've got to be both sides. I mean, I would assume everyone's got kind of a weaker side and whatever. So do you spend a lot of time trying to equalize these as best you can?
Yes, I try, even if it's sometimes quite weird, because I'm a left-handed. This is I'm not saying gold now anymore, but yeah, for example, this is the gold arm, left. Then last few years, obviously after quite bad injury on the left arm, my right became completely dominated, and at this moment, I'm struggling get back left to the same power, same glory. It might happen eventually, but I don't know whether the injury is still here. My head is not prepared to hit full blast, because I'm worried about get this come back and I'll be off for so many months again. I don't want that. With this one, I have no any fear, and that's maybe why it become a bit better. But or maybe in a way where that was resting because I couldn't really train properly, and that was become much overpowering. So very strange, but that's just my natural left, but that become a gold. So
one of them is a gold and the other one's kind of a silver. And sometimes it could switch off. That is absolutely so cool. I never knew it was both sides. I just thought you walk in there with your gold and just, crush it. And I didn't know you can kind of do both sides. It's very cool. To become champion, do you have to be able to show that you could win both sides?
Not necessarily. You can be champion only right arm, you can be champion only on left arm, you can be champion both.
Okay.
It's all the best of ability of your skills, your power, everything. So it's not really much difference. You're still the champion. You're still happy to have that kind of, whether it's left or right arm, and more likely people will be having then titles for the best arms. So it's really good to have both medals for both arms. It's bonus. But even if you've got the one only from one arm attendance, then it's good as well.
Wow. Okay. Now I just need to ask something else too. Is it about, during your workouts, is it about lifting heavy weights, or more repetitions at lower weights? Or how do you build up the muscle needed to be a champion in your, and this is like your abs, your back, your shoulders, your arms? Is it about heavy weights? Because some people are like, like powerlifting weights versus, what? How do you do that in your training?
Yeah, I do some strength phase where I'm lifting heavy. I try to do my some personal best. But recently, last few years, I find out that personal best and the other maxes is not a key. It's not a key for some reason. So I try concentrate more about the smaller elements. Try get the weight, which is challenging, but also I've got the quality movement, quality of full exercise with a little bit of isometric style when I can just hold for a few seconds, go up, hold, because then I'm building my stamina needed for the long fights as well. I try and train with no breaks. Carry on, just a little bit of sip, maybe a bit cool down, off we go, and heavy. So it's, for me, is building my stamina, and because the breaks is just I don't need them really.
Okay, well, I hear it. So we know that you're a champion. We know that you've had some amazing things. What's been the toughest challenge for you along the journey? There have been tough challenges, times that are, more filled with struggle. What comes to mind?
Yeah, it's going back to some few competition where I was thinking that I'm ready to get the medals. I get ready to go on the podium. I get ready to go for gold, and I came back only with, for example, bronze. It's like a slap on the face, obviously, because I'm ready for the win. And all of a sudden, it's just, wow, I didn't expecting that medal. I don't like that medal. I am angry. And it's lots of about mental preparation for the competition as well, which I discovered very much for the last few years. Struggles with get yourself for the 100%, like I'm saying, zone just before you're going on the stage. Very important. I need to be angry. I need to be aggressive, and that aggression I need to build up a little bit, like, because I'm not the person. I'm no aggressive person. I'm quite mild. I'm quite chilled. And some of the competition, when I'm thinking, I was lack of that zone and this kind of preparation, put me down. And obviously there was just like rethink what's happened. Am I strong? I'm feeling strong, but if something went wrong, and I just thinking about the previous years and go back even to the last championship, where then my first day on the left arm, which should be great, it was absolutely rubbish. And unfortunately, just rubbish. Just when you just want something. Wow, what's happened then? I was like, not exist, and I'm thinking, wow, I have to get my head around. So the next day there was just that Aggie, what it should be there. Angry Aggie, wanted to win, get everything for it. It's here. It's so much effort you have to put in that preparation. Some people have gone natural, but some people needs to really build up inside that mental ability to go and be absolutely 100% like a beast, angry, just crazy. It's very, very interesting topic, talking about really just the mental aspect, for not only possibly for me, but for the other sportsmen as well. I'm sure it's that kind of struggle for some, but the strength at this moment doesn't matter. You are strong, but you're not winning. Something is wrong somewhere.
I love it. And so this really speaks to the whole issue of mind and body. So your body was ready. It was like, come on, bring on the medals and everything. And maybe your mind wasn't in the space of aggression. And you call it anger. I like the angry Aggie. And you kind of have to get into that mental space, because you're getting in there, and for all intent and purposes, it could be like a survival game. Like, the person who can do this the best survives. And so once you kind of get into that fight and flight and, like I'm ready for that thing, but you got to work yourself into it, which I think is really quite amazing, listening to you, because if you look at all the Olympians, they all do this. The ones who are successful, they just they clear it out, get out of my face, and then they go into that place. They go to the place where, it's absolute acid focus. Boom, we're getting this baby done. And especially for you, it's a sprint. I mean, this really is a sprint. It's like, it either happened or it didn't. Well, and then you go on to the next one. And you have to, throughout the competition, I can imagine it's challenging to keep getting it up again. And I imagine if you win one competition, you move to the next level, you're kind of juiced up a little bit like, hey, I wasn't so bad. Beware. I'm good at this. Do you have any competitions this year?
So far, I'm waiting for super match with the other Costa Rican world champion in the UK. That's the super match, best of 3 in south of England. We agreed to the super match. It's friendly super match, but I don't know. It's not going to be that friendly, possibly, because we both want to win.
When do you think it'll be?
23rd of July. That's already set up. We've got set up the super match. It's along all different super matches. It's one of the competition called Summer Slams. Is a serious super match is set up purposely for the promotion of arm wrestling, just for good fun, but also to get who is the best. So that's friendly super match, and then September heading to World Championship in France, where I heard big US teams coming as well. So I'm looking forward for this.
Watch out now. We're coming. And so you're going to have a little something. I'm afraid of all the women who are on that team. I just want to let you know. But there it is. Now, you coach women who want to do this. Is that, you also do that too?
Yes. At this moment, it's more a coaching on the side in the club. Also, lots of people asking me online. Got like a mentor program where people from all different places, whether it's Dubai, whether it's India, whether it's all over the globe, they do just come in with simple questions, with some advice. And yeah, I'm happy to help. I'm happy to share my experience with everybody who needs and who wants to step up and start their journey to be a champion.
All right. So I've been waiting to do this, Aggie. I have. I want to do a little arm wrestling with you here. This is important for me, for, posterity. Let's do it. So your right arm and my right arm. Okay, here we go. Now, okay, this is going to get ugly here in a minute. Okay, she's coming for me. Uh-oh, she's doing that thing. I gotta, figure out how this works. And then she's grabbing me and, oh no. Oh, no, seriously. Hey, listen, at least I showed up. I got 50% of it there, right? Come on now. The courage alone of asking the world champion to do this is, got to give it up for me, So, Aggie, this is amazing. So before we close out, because I have had more fun than I know what to do with, and I hope everyone out there who's watching and listening also feels the same way. Do you have any words of wisdom for people who, are on the fence? They're like, well, and then just, want to do something kind of fun and amazing like arm wrestling, or just getting into fitness, and they look at themselves and they say, I'm a wreck and it's too much and I'm feeling kind of helpless, hopeless, and defeated. What are your words of inspiration and motivation?
Yeah, I always try looking at people with the kind of everybody can do it. It's simply everybody can do it. And let's say whether they're disabled, whether they're not strong enough, is the training. Just get your passion, be passionate about, and the rest will follow. without passion, you won't be able to carry on training, won't be carry on to do anything. Is just the passion will be pushing you to do it. And when you start and you start seeing the results, that's even better push. So yeah, just the biggest first word I've said, let's start, let's do it, and carry on till you're proud. That's how I can see, because that's how I am. I started, I had my struggles, but I'm proud, and I'm happy with my life, because people I inspired, and it's not only about my success, but the success where people really will be take like myself as a role model to help them with all different aspects of their life, whether it's mental aspect, whether it's physical. I'm just here to help if anybody needs. But yeah, let's start and let's do it. That's definitely my world.
I love it. So now we've got passion, patience, perseverance, and the final P, proud. And I love the way you ended that, because, you know, after all that sweat and tears, you want to feel proud of your accomplishment, showing up, doing the work, and, you know, maybe even triumphing if you're going to do something like competition. That's just amazing. And on behalf of the entire club, we just really want to wish you great luck with your competitions this year. Make sure to keep us up to date on every competition so that we can give you a shout out and let you know that we're here to support you with your extraordinary career here, which doesn't look like it's ending anytime soon, thank heavens. So we'll have a lot of fun channeling all of our energy through you. Thank you, Aggie. I can't thank you enough. And everyone out there, you have just listened to and watched an amazing episode of Club 100 podcast with an extraordinary individual, a world champion arm wrestler emanating from Manchester, UK. And we are so proud to have her as a member of Club 100. And I'm glad you accepted my invite to become a member as well, Aggie. And that's wonderful. So that wraps up another episode of the Club 100 podcast. Please follow us at 100 Club 100. And again, we're welcoming all new members. All you have to do is, you know, journey on over to our Twitter feed at 100 Club 100. And then if you're really inspired to become a member, put 100 on either side of your name on Twitter. Let us know you've just joined up, and we'll give you that, well, in this case, a royal welcome. Sorry, I got to keep kicking back to the royalty thing with the UK. All right, everyone. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.